Hello and welcome to us Scully. Today I was going to go through our roasted root vegetables from the beets. Let's see, I roasted the beets that I bought on Friday, some sweet potatoes I found in my pantry, and then the last of the Brussels sprouts that I bought in the beginning of March as part of our March groceries. As always, if you enjoy what you see, please like and subscribe. This recipe is gluten and dairy free and only uses a little bit of olive oil and some basic salt and pepper. Thank you.
Hi, it's Jennifer at Ascoe, and today I'm going to use up some vegetables that I have in my fridge, as well as roast the beets that I bought yesterday. Those can be found in my 2022 grocery haul from Safeway. That's where I bought these lovely beets. They're gigantic, so I'm really hoping that they're not too tough. But it was $3.49 for a 3-pack, and there was only choices were these gigantic ones. I mean, if you look, this is like the size of my hand, or they were teeny tiny, like they were this big. And I know that the bigger ones are probably tougher, but I just couldn't bring myself to buy beets that were the same price but were, half to a third of the size. They were smaller than this small one. I don't know why they didn't even them out, but I'm roasting them, so they should be okay. And then I did do a fridge, and the main fridge, the main freezer, and the extra garage fridge, and then the main pantry video. I don't know if I'm going to post it though. I'm going to have to see how it turned out when I go back in editing. But one of the things that I found was that my sweet potatoes, I had bought a bag the beginning of the month, which was really only like 2.5-3 weeks ago, and one of them went bad. So I don't know, I'm having a problem with my potatoes. They're not lasting as long as they used to before when I would buy them. So I think it was a Costco bag, so I think there's about 3 or 4 left still, but I'm gonna do this many today and then dry off. I scrubbed them down. I didn't peel the rest of them, but I scrubbed them down really well, and I'm gonna dry them off and then put them in the fridge, and then we're gonna have to eat them in the next week. So, and then I'm also gonna use the last of the Brussels sprouts. These I bought at the beginning of March, and we used quite a few of them on Sunday for our shaved Brussels sprout salad that we had on Easter, but it looks like there's just a few left, so I'm gonna also use up these. So let's get chopping. I may also cook the fennel, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna see how much I have cooked. So let's get started. Here, you can see. So I'm cutting them a little small. Yeah. I don't have to pick up the kids today, but I do want to go outside and get some gardening done. So just slicing them. So we'll probably take our snack outside. We're going to use up some Little Debbie's, eat up some of the cheesy potatoes from Easter. There's like a tiny little bit left. I don't know if you can hear that, but Luna is very upset that I'm not including her in this video. It's a nice warm spring day and the deck is open, and I'm pretty sure that they can smell everybody walking their dogs And she's a little bit upset that she's not being included in any of that. So we'll have to walk her later. But I want to cook this before it gets too hot. And I want to be able to hang out with my kids. I want to be able to hang out with my kids outside after school and get some planting done. So this is plenty of sweet potatoes. Usually I only do 1 or 2, so I don't know how I'm going to use up the rest of them. Last time that happened, it was after like a month, and I ended up washing them and sticking them in the fridge, and they were fine. So hopefully that will be the case. Okay, so these were already washed, these Brussels sprouts. And the potatoes. Can you see what I'm doing? Here, I'm just going to cut them in half. And then I just do olive oil and salt and pepper. And sometimes I'll do like a garlic seasoning, or I'll do paprika. But today I'm just going to do salt and pepper. The Brussels sprouts, I haven't ever done beets this way before, so I'll have to see how they turn out. I'm going to try not to use too much olive oil. I always put way too much on, but I'm trying to reduce my fat intake. So I'm going to try not to pour too much. And yes, my knife is rubber banded together. We have nice knives. I think this is actually, oh yeah, it is a Hangle. We have a really nice one that my husband uses, but I am not as careful with the knives as he is, and so this one, when it broke and we replaced it, it just became my knife. It still works. Like, I don't mind having the rubber band on there, but he has a really nice, what does he have? He has this one. Actually, maybe this isn't his really nice one. I bought him a really nice one. This is a Misen. I don't even know what these are. But I bought him one of those really nice Japanese ones. I wonder where it went. I don't use that one. I use this one, which is broken, but it works for me. And it's still really sharp. I'm sure he sharpens it. Okay. So I'm going to go wash my beets off. I was going to chop the stems first. You can eat beet greens. I actually love them in salad and I grow them, but these ones don't look that great, so I'm going to have to look them over. I may blanch and freeze the greens. Looks like there's like, this one is just gross. I'm not going to eat that one, that's for sure. This one is yucky. So I'm not going to eat that one either. But some of these look okay, so I may blanch them. And then stick them in the freezer because I love to have them in soup. So we'll see. Probably should have cut those off yesterday. Like, that's one of the things you should do with beets or any root vegetables when you bring them home, is you really should cut them off from the stems, because they're the root, right? That's where the water and all the nutrients come up to feed the leaves. And so if you leave them stem on like this at the store, they get shrivelly kind of faster. But I knew I was cooking them within 24 hours of buying them, so I waited. I probably should have done it yesterday, but I just didn't, like, we're running out of space in our fridge, so I didn't want to store them in 2 different places and then forget about the greens and find them, you know, months later in some state of disgustingness. We don't really go out in our outside fridge all the time. I don't keep track of it, so I'm going to wash these and I'll be right back. All right, I wanted to show you these before I start cutting them up, but these, when I took the tops off, they are just gorgeous on the inside, like a really nice golden color. I am going to peel these. The skin is pretty thick, so I'm just going to peel them real quick into this bowl. Hopefully I won't slice my fingers off on camera. I don't have a fancy peeler or anything. I just use this. Sometimes I don't peel my root vegetables, but I don't know. I bought these at the store. I didn't grow them, so I don't know. And they are organic, but you never know who's touched them. And even though I washed them, I don't know. They probably would have been fine, but there are some roots and stuff, so I'm gonna peel my beets, and you can really smell them. Oh, they smell just like beets. They smell so good. I never used to like beets until last year when I grew them. So we never used to buy them. My kids would see them in the store and ask to get them because of the color, so they don't slip on the knife. Roll my sleeves up. Okay. So this, like I said, I haven't really, can you see that? I haven't really roasted beets before. I think I've steamed them. Like if we have, I mean, we grew really small beets last year, so I would just stick like, woo! Okay, that was not a good way to do that. I would stick like 1 or 2 in the steamer, like once I picked them, so my daughter and I would just eat them kind of steamed. But they're pretty good steamed. The ones we are like the size of like a marble, a large marble, you know, or a cherry. I guess people don't do marbles. This is a lot of beets, now that I'm looking at it. This may be too many beets. What can I do with them instead? I don't think this will fit in the pan. I've already peeled them, so I do need to use them. I think I'm just going to do one more beet, and I'm going to cut this one smaller. Like that. Okay. I'm probably going to stick this one in a plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag, which I definitely will reuse, just so I can get all the air out of it, and then I gotta figure something else out. This one doesn't seem too fibrous. So this is gonna be a lot of sweet potato Brussels sprouts, but my oldest daughter is coming for dinner tonight, so maybe I will add that other beet, because both of my girls, when I make these, I totally forgot until just now that my daughter was coming for dinner. I think I'm just gonna stick it in there. When I make the sweet potato Brussels sprouts, I don't always have leftovers, and usually I make half a bag, a Costco bag of Brussels sprouts. Oops, I'm bumping my camera. Half a bag of Costco Brussels sprouts, and like 2 or 3 of those gigantic Costco sweet potatoes. Like, you saw how big they were. They're like probably a pound each, because I think it's a 10-pound bag, and there's only 6 of them in there. So they must be over a pound each, but it's a lot, and they both love them. And then my middle daughter and my oldest, when she lived with us, would just eat them for breakfast the next day. So every time I make these sweet potatoes, but I don't remember if my oldest daughter likes beets, so maybe I won't tell her. I better not post this video today, because she'll see it and she'll be like, Mom! But maybe I won't tell her that there's beets in here, and when she's watching this, she'll know that I tricked her. But beets are good for you. She can pick them out if she wants, and I'll just end up eating them. My son will not eat this, so I've tried. That one is a little bit woody. So he's in the no roasted vegetables category. So this is what I ended up with. This is I don't know if this has a size on it. I don't know how big this bowl is. It's huge. I mean, my hand doesn't even. So there's sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and a whole bunch of beets. So I'm gonna grab the olive oil. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I got my olive oil and my salt and my pepper, and I realized that I had not set up my pan yet to put them on. The oven has been heated to 425. We just use the Kirkland olive oil. There's two kinds. This is the cheaper one. It does better at higher temperatures. And I don't measure, so I'm guessing, and I'll probably do, it's probably like a tablespoon and a half or so. I have no idea, but it's less than I normally do because I always put too much. And then this is Costco pepper that I grind. I used to get in the grinder. I just refilled this one, so it's like all the pepper hasn't. I can't put too much. I mean, this is probably too much pepper because my middle daughter gets really upset with me when I put too much pepper. And then I put like, I don't know if you can see that. That's like, I don't know how much that is. A teaspoon maybe, plus a little bit more, another pinch. I like to have them pretty, like, not salty, but seasoned well. And just stir it up. The Brussels sprouts usually, they cook the fastest, so I probably cut these too small. But yeah. And then I put them in the oven. I'll probably do 45 minutes and then check it to see where they're at, and then I'll show you guys what they look like when they come out. One Brussels sprout, look at that. It's just covered in pepper. Whew. Well, hopefully my daughter doesn't get that one. All right, so then over, we always use parchment paper. I just dump it on. Make sure my tray doesn't fall off the counter. So we have teeny tiny counters in our kitchen. So you can see this is probably way too much for my pan. This is just a sheet pan. So I probably should not have done that third beet because this is not, it's not laying flat. There's not enough air. So this may take longer than 45 minutes to cook. I don't stir it ever. I honestly don't know if you're supposed to stir it, but I just know that I would burn myself on the oven if I attempted to stir it. So I do not. It looks like there's a little bit of, I'm not gonna get that out. All right, so I'm gonna put this in the oven and I'm gonna set the timer for 45 minutes and then we'll check in on it and see how it's going. Thanks. All right, here are my roasted vegetables. As you can see, they're very hot. I just pulled them out of the oven, but the Brussels sprouts are nice and crunchy. I should have probably just done the beets and the sweet potatoes. Some of these are still not quite with the blackened stuff on them, but I think they'll be fine. I'm concerned that my Brussels sprouts will get overcooked. So we're gonna eat these tonight with dinner with our turkey sausage, and then I will do peas for my son, and probably I'll make some rice too, just so we have rice on hand. I guess thanks for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and have a great day.
Thank you for watching our roasted vegetables from oscoe.com. We roasted some golden beets, some sweet potatoes, and some Brussels sprouts, and they ended up being really good. The beets were a little bit more earthy than I'm used to, which is when I just roast like carrots and sweet potatoes and Brussels sprouts, but it was really tasty, and I will definitely be roasting them again. As always, please like, subscribe, and comment what kind of combination of vegetables do you use when you roast your vegetables. Thank you for watching and have a great day.